everybody. Good morning to you. November Charlie 4 X-Ray Lima NC4XL North Carolina for extreme lovers of not. Just Dom, the darling old man. One of many activators, you brand new hunters. And yes, that's where I'm going to focus at. Try to give you some things to work on. Besides reading the FAQ, which is a really great opportunity to get some of your questions answered up front. There's a lot there. It's a lot of reading, sort of. But it's like a ham radio, brand new radio you just bought from HRO or whatever. You don't just take it out of the box, hook up the positive and the negative without trying to read it and figure it out. And that's sort of what we're doing here. Just wanted to share with the new folks some things that are going to happen, but you don't realize because you're new. Obviously, you've got yourself all signed up for Parks on the Air registered. Over 80,000 members and growing. You're part of a very unique group of people in many ways. One of the things with your brand new adventure in Parks on the Air as a hunter and or as an activator is there's a lot of awards or achievement levels. It's sort of like going contesting without the contest effect and just hunting people. When you first get started, a park entity, sometimes it is called, or a park number is a POTA park that's in the system, not your local parks or your city or your county, but a Parks on the Air park. You work 10 different ones and you're going to earn that certificate for 10 contacts, 10 parks. And the same for 20, 30, 40, and 50. So in a period of a day when you're bored and you're sitting by the radio and you're seeing the spotting page and you're going to those spots and you're listening for those activators and you're making contacts, now, brand new people, remember, the only way they're confirmed is when the activator uploads their log, period. You do not upload your log. You may keep your log at your home. Some do paper logs, some do QRZs. There's several different logging software programs that are available. I put all mine on N3FJP. I'll promote it because to me it's well worth what I do. But we're all different. But in a matter of a day or two, you can achieve many beginning awards. And when you go to the Parks on the Air page and you click on the word awards, you'll see these achievement levels earned, and you can put your cursor over the top of it and download it and save it to your computer system, and you can actually print it if you like, and it didn't cost you anything but a few moments of time learning how to do it, put it into your printer if you wish to send it to your printer, and print you a certificate of accomplishment, because it is. Many of the awards that you'll see there are divided by activators and hunters. So you're going to find yourself, well, maybe getting crazy like me and go out and start activating too. Those achievements, the first date of achievement, the first date you accomplished whatever award that you're receiving, any additional steps, the date will always be the same. I don't know why they do that, nor am I going to argue with why they do that. But it's good to look at the date on it and see what the next level is. FAQ, I mentioned that earlier, and I'm going to share part for you to read. It's on the awards, and if you search my call sign on the Parks on the Air page, you can see sometimes I'll put posts that break down each award name and how many contacts for that, which is a printable item, which is a lot of printing for new folks, but it's a lot of helpful information for you. Like I said, and I am a strong believer in FAQ. If you would take the time, this is the third time I mentioned it, so obviously it's a little bit important, but if you take the time to do some basic scanning and reading, the awards that you're working towards that you didn't realize you're working towards have tiers, steps, and most of them go by steps of 20. I'm going to share a couple more awards. I'm not going to share the whole thing because you flip the channel on me and go somewhere else. If you work an activator, a person, 50 times, same activator. Now, that means 50 times. If they're at a twofer and you work them on 3 bands, that's going to be 6 contacts because you're going to get credit for each band. You're going to get credit for each park. But if he or she goes to another mode, then you're going to get credit again there. So you can move up real fast in operator to operator. The next thing that you're going to look at is you're going to wonder, why is somebody just ran that park an hour ago? Why are they running it? You work that park with 20 people, and you as a hunter, that's you at home, as a hunter are going to earn repeat offender as a hunter for that park number, not the person, the park number. And that is a continual growth, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. That's where you get an eagle. And then if you get 5 park numbers with 100 contacts each, you get a park supporter for Eagle Park Supporter. And then if you get 10 different park numbers with 100 contacts each, then you're getting into the Stalker, the Prowler. There's just another level of earning and growing. And the challenge is self-motivated. Nobody's going to pay you no money. But it's a challenge that you can go for. It's 24/7. You're not constricted to time elements. And in the process, you'll learn about propagation, what bands to operate when is it long, when is it short. Those are going to be the things that you start learning. You'll be like me. I have a whole rack of ham sticks in the car, but I got tired of jumping up and down the side of the car. So I got me a ATOS. So now I sit in the car if I'm driving, and it works fine. As long as you have a great grounding system set up on it and running directly from a fully charged battery with the ATOS. Do not sit in the car for a couple hours and run the car battery down because the ATOS will tell you when you're getting there because it won't tune. It'll just sit there and flash at you because it needs a certain amount of get up and go. And if you get up and go, get up and went, you ain't going nowhere. You'll be getting a jump start. Experience. I promise you, I learned the hard way. But nobody told me before. So those are some little things that you'll learn. That FAQ, again, there I am complaining about it. There's a lot of reading material about parks. You live close by to this park and this park, but they're not in the system. they have a criteria that has to be met. And each area has a mapping coordinator, mapping representative that you can email directly. Email directly what you think on that park. Keep in mind, if it's city owned, if it's county owned, it's not going to qualify because that's part of the criteria. But your mapping coordinator will more than likely give you a friendly letter that says thank you for your interest in the particular park, but it does not meet the qualifications. The qualifications are set up by POTA long before you and I even got started in chasing. And those guidelines have to be followed. And as long as that park meets their criteria, your mapping coordinator, if they deem that it fits, they'll put it on. Now, we have over 60,000 different parks right now in the system, worldwide. Worldwide. For you brand new hunters and you're up at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock East Coast time, I'm just going to use that as an example. Get on 40 meters. Get on 40 meters. The DX is already there in parks in their time zone, which is different than ours. And they're operating in parks that sometimes you get long path and you're able on 40 meters to work them. And they would love to work you also. Last thing I'm going to say, and I'll get off of here because I try to keep it right at 15 minutes at the most, spotting. You're brand new. If you're on the spotting page, use it to your advantage as a hunter. It'll help you work towards your achievement levels. If you're looking for a certain activator at a certain park, I set mine up by frequency, not by time, but by frequency. So it starts out 40 meters, 20, 17. It goes to 15, 12, 10, 6. But I'm able to look at the spotting page, go down to that frequency, find the operator they're activating, and see if I can hear them. And if so, get into their pileup. Because hopefully, as activators, we have pileups. It makes it a little bit more fun. But if not, work what you hear. If you can, then politely just respot. Hit that little green button on the left bottom. It says respot. Put in the comment section 59 North Carolina or wherever you're at, whatever signal report you gave, and hit enter. It's going to identify you as the hunter working them at that time of day. And it also does help activators. Sometimes we forget to write down a call, and if you did put your call sign in there and respotted them, it is a backup, and that's primarily it. It's been wonderful sharing some of this. Again, I know the old timers are tired of listening to me, but one day you're going to wake up and find out I'm a silent key. Well, don't be tired then. Just keep on smiling because I'll be looking down upon you. But for the new people, very seriously, there's a lot of questions that you have that you haven't taken time to search out in the FAQ book, I'll call it, because that's what you look at, and the first thing you think of is a thick book. No, there's a lot of information in it. So take the time to read about it. There's many of us Elmers. I'm going to call me, myself, and I an Elmer. Out here will literally take time to answer your questions offline, on a phone, in Messenger, on an email, if you'll take the time to reach out. Sometimes we have keyboard warriors, and it happens on all organizations, not just ours, that they don't put their call sign, so you don't know who you're talking with, and all they do is slam you. That question's been asked before. They forget that this has been going on since 2018, 2017. So there's a lot of new folks that are hungry for information without getting chewed out. We don't want you to have that feeling. That's why I stick my nose in it. Very seriously, I enjoy what Parks on the Air has given me, and I hope that you enjoy it just as much. Feel free to look at any of my other videos. You do not have to like, you do not have to subscribe. That's not what I'm looking for. My main goal in life right now is to share some positive things in ham radio, and Parks on the Air is one of the most positive groups of people that I have ever had the opportunity to work with. 73's November Charlie 4 X-Ray Lima, NC 4XL North Carolina for Extreme Lovers. I'm not. Don't forget my club call, November Charlie 4 Papa Oscar, November Charlie 4 POTA on. Anyways, as you see, I'm working, so back to work I go, 73's.